second in my bag. Yeah, second in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coins on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch your numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the van. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash register ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on.
We gotta get this money on. What's good?
Oh yeah. All day, every day, no matter the weather, fam. What's going on, y'all?
What it do, everybody? What up? What up? Share the live out. Double tap the screen. Let's run the likes up.
My name here. I'm not Kween. D.
There we go. What up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Man, so when I say they ain't really putting no news and updates out, I think they want us to talk about this war. That's all they want niggas to talk about. And the reason I'm suspicious of the news being this drastically slow, now it'd be slow, but it ain't never this bad. When we coming across journalists that ain't put an article out since the 25th of February, Eleanor, I start to wonder if they told you not to put no news out. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's not just Eleanor, it's the other sites too, like that we use, like CoinDesk, just on the crypto side. It's not a lot of news on the crypto side, y'all. Like it's now, me and D being researchers, we're gonna find something to come up here to update you guys on, but we are being forced to talk about this war. I'm just gonna let y'all know we are being forced to talk about it, so we are gonna talk about it today. But we did find some other articles. We're gonna talk about these European banks, the CFTC. We're gonna talk about these crude oil prices, some oil stocks to look into. And then it's a couple other things we're gonna talk about. How a lot of people are selling their crypto. People are giving up, which is a good sign. Which is a good sign. Only that we knew everybody wasn't gonna make it to the other side, but that's a positive sign because normally when people give up, that means you're at the finish line. And unfortunately, that's gonna be unfortunate for the people that gave up. But yeah, we got an article on that about crypto investors, basically giving up. And then we got a Morgan Stanley article we're gonna go over as well. We're gonna talk about Samsung and this agentic AI phone. Talking about so we got some stuff to go over, y'all. We we're gonna find something. I just wanted y'all to know how slow it was and how a lot of these crypto media sites collectively have not put out new information. They putting out like little dumb shit that don't nobody want to talk about. But they ain't putting out like no information that we really would want to keep up with. So, it's a little crazy out here. But on the lights up, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in over here on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Okay, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all sending gifts and sending super chats. That supports the channel. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep the channel going. We want to keep coming up here. So we appreciate everybody who wants to support the channel. If it don't apply, let it fly. Some of y'all don't like that I just said that. I don't care. But if you want to support the channel, please do. But yeah, we'll start off about crypto investors being cautious as Iran conflict continues. So we'll start off with that article because that seems to be the only goddamn way. What is Alright, cool. Yeah, y'all, let's run them likes up though. Where we at over here on TikTok? Let's get to 10K. Oh, when did that must have just came out today. The XX said DTCC officially approves Ripple Prime to NSCC directory. Where did you see that at? That must have just came out. Hold on, let me Let me find a write up on it. Is it an article out on that? What did you see that at? Appreciate you for letting us know. Cause I ain't see that one. Did you see that, D? DTCC officially approves Ripple. Oh no, this is November. Is it what? Hold on.
No. It says as of March 2026. Oh, maybe it's something that happened, and now it's going live today.
Okay. Let me check Twitter real quick. Hold on, y'all, because that's kind of some big news there. Hold up. I didn't see that. I did see Deutsche Bank is integrating with tech. But I thought we had already talked about that before. So, is this it? Let me go to the DTCC Twitter page. I gotta find. Okay, somebody send it to. Somebody see it. Just send it to me, cause I can't look right now, cause I don't see it in a second. Yeah, it ain't shit going on. Oh, there it is. Is it the hidden road thing? Yeah, this is it right here. I found it. The integration of. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let me put it on the Let me put that on the screen. I'm gonna add it to the rotation.
Tucker Carlson with Christine is a lit interview talking about programmable money. Okay.
Tucker Carlson? Oh shit. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we'll go over this first. So yeah, y'all, let's run them likes up. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us daily, even when the market is uncertain and slow and people don't understand what's going on. Hopefully we helping y'all understand, what's going on, or just adding to what you already know, or whatever the case. But yeah, we appreciate everybody being here. It's a tough market to be for sure. So we don't take this for granted at all. It's definitely a tough market. So crypto investors cautious as Iran conflicts continue. So let's talk about that real quick. So we got pull this up a little bit. I don't want that ad in there like that. All right, cool. All right, so this is an article from Payments. So it is reporting that traders in digital assets are more cautious as the conflict in the Middle East continues, particularly following U.S. military action and counterstrikes by Iran. So Bitcoin dipped over the weekend. I saw this morning it was hitting 70, but over the weekend it was trading around mid-60s before losing ground. Again, I guess at some point this morning, but again, I seen it get ready to hit 70. Where's Bitcoin at right now?
It's at 68.9. It was about to hit 70, but then it just maybe it hit 70 and back off. It was about to hit 70 and backed off. It was like,
okay.
So the manipulation is real.
Yeah, the manipulation is at an all-time high right now. These markets are heavily manipulated. So the mid-60s before losing some ground again today. So broader verified price and market behavior from multiple sources are saying that Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies have been volatile, with Bitcoin falling below 64,000 on the news of strikes and later stabilizing around 66 to 68 through early March. So this volatility erased substantial value from the crypto market as risk assets sold off rapidly after geopolitical escalation. Ether and other altcoins also declined, reinforcing the idea of crypto trading more like risk assets than safe havens during geopolitical stress. So why investors are cautious? So ongoing military conflict that is involving the United States, Israel, and Iran has spurred risk-off behavior, pushing traders into perceived safer assets and away from speculative markets like crypto. Also, traditional markets like stock and energy and safe havens like gold and the U.S. dollar have seen inflows as geopolitical tensions rise. So crypto is seen as a risk asset right now, not a safe haven at the current moment. So despite narratives that Bitcoin is digital gold during the geopolitical escalation, crypto prices still fell. And then we got temporary rebounds driven by sentiment shifts. So after reports that Iran's supreme leader was killed, markets initially rebounded, likely based on hopes of conflict de-escalation, before retreating again as uncertainty persisted. And then so yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. So crypto traders are just being aware. They're being slow. You got to remember when JP Morgan and the rest of these rich individuals, institutions sold off all their stocks, Nancy Pelosi and all them. Remember Bill Gates, all of them sold off, Ray Dalio, they all sold off. And everybody was trying, like, they sold their Nvidia and all of that stuff. They sold because they knew this was getting ready to happen. So they got out of there. And now, since they sold, they're buying. I can tell you that now. Institutions, the wealthy are buying right now. So while people are afraid that crypto isn't a risk asset, whatever the case might be, and you're selling right now, that's not what the wealthy are doing. The wealthy are packing their bags up. A lot of them are buying.
They are.
Smart investors and smart traders are buying. So please keep that in mind as we go over this article. It's just not smart to be selling right now.
Like we said, man, like they've been in the market way longer than us, way longer than you. You know what I'm saying? So they know when they know when to get out and they know when to come back in. So, you know, it's like double dutch, man. It's like double dutch to them. So, you know, you just gotta be able to have that discernment and play the game, you know, you see fit. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So while we talking about Iran a little bit, I'm just trying to stay on that topic. Because I got another article right here from Watcher Guru talking about crude oil prices jump as Middle East tensions deepen. So definitely, like we were telling you guys yesterday on the TikTok live, pay attention to oil. That's like the main catalyst right now to be paying attention to. But so yeah, let's talk about this real quick. So we got crude oil. So global crude oil prices surged sharply on Monday as conflict in the Middle East, particularly escalating military action involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran, heightened concerns about oil supply disruption. So this comes amid reports of strikes, retaliatory attacks, and disrupted shipping through key transit routes like the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but anyway, Brent crude oil rose as much as 13%, briefly past $82 per barrel before settling higher on the session. And in the U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude also jumped 7 to 8%, with prices trading above the mid 70s. Both benchmarks reflect risk-off sentiment, with traders pricing in potential supply constraints. So yeah, prices are rising. So we'll talk about why. So of course, geopolitical risk, the Strait of Hormuz disruption fears, shipping and tanker interruptions, as well, and then the market reaction beyond energy. So the surge in oil has coincided with moves into traditional safe havens like gold, while pressure reflecting broader risks. What it could mean? So inflation and consumer costs. So higher crude often filters through to gasoline and diesel pump prices, as well as transport and manufacturing costs globally. So potential further upside. So analysts have scenarios where sustained disruptions could push Brent towards or above $90 to $100 per barrel. Plus, if trade routes remain uncertain, then of course market volatility. So energy-related volatility often spills over into stocks, currencies, and commodities, affecting broader financial markets. So this is something it looks like a certain individual named Jake Claver, like it could be coming true soon. But oil prices spiked sharply this week. Then you got Brent and the WTI crude both climbed strongly. Then we got concerns with the Strait of Hormuz, and then the rally has broader economic implications, including inflationary pressure on fuel and other goods. So we may see some inflation. So yeah, pay attention to the oil. Pay attention to the oil.
Ooh, man, look. I'm ready for where this is gonna go. You know, the oil and this whole situation right here is just damn. Damn.
Yeah.
This is some serious conflict right here, you know. And people are dying. That's the crazy thing. People think it's like what? Nah, people are dying. Like soldiers on our side, they got murdered. They got killed.
Yeah, it's sad out here. So while we're talking about oil,
crazy.
we got two oil stocks that we could be looking into. Very obvious to me when I read the article. I thought they was gonna tell me something new. But but the two oil stocks that they're saying maybe to look to benefit from this situation, from this Israel-Iran conflict, ExxonMobil and Chevron. Traders are probably already hip. Again, I was hip. I was like, okay, I've been at those. Thought it was gonna tell something else, but I'll still cover it because not everybody's aware. But so yeah, you got ExxonMobil, which is one of the world's largest oil producers with extensive upstream and downstream operations that benefit from higher crude prices because its upstream production segment earns more per barrel as benchmarks rally. So the company's diversified global asset base and cash flow history make it a common choice for investors rotating toward energy stocks amid supply risk tensions. And then Chevron. So Chevron typically tracks closely with oil price movements, and higher crude can lift earnings and revenues for producers like Chevron is low extraction costs and large upstream output. So analysts also cite Chevron's stable dividend and balance sheet as reasons it may benefit in short-term risk on energy rotations when oil supplies are perceived as threatened. So yeah, these are two major oil producers. So yeah, definitely be paying attention to those two. I just wanted to make sure we hit those while we was talking about the war and the oil. So yeah, I'll say it one more time. Exxon, where's it? Exxon and ExxonMobil and Chevron. ExxonMobil and Chevron. So for those that still buy stocks or that buy stocks, you probably already hit, but yeah.
That's some good news though. That's some good news, for the investor on the investor side. But it's sad that they playing this game, just to make more money though. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a fact. That's a fact. So we got Morgan Stanley. Let's talk about Morgan Stanley real quick.
Yeah. So you pulled this up. So Morgan Stanley, what are they talking about? They're talking about they want to build the back office of tokenized real world assets, right? So basically what happened here is that Morgan Stanley doesn't want to trade crypto. They want to control the back office that makes cryptocurrency work, right? So basically Morgan Stanley applied to the OCC, the Office of Comptroller of Currency, to create a Morgan Stanley Digital Trust National Association. But that means that they want to create a new national trust focused on digital assets, not a crypto exchange, not a trading app, none of that, right? If you don't know what a trust bank is, a trust bank does not take your deposits. It does not give loans. They hold assets safely, so straight up and down custody. They manage assets legally, right? Fiduciary services, and they handle settlements and administration. So think of it like a super secure, federally regulated vault for digital money, right? So they don't want to deal with all that other shit. They don't want to take the deposits. They don't want to give loans, right? So what does the back office is pretty much the custody, the settlement, the record keeping, the legal oversight, and the risk management, right? So it's not sexy, it ain't flashy, but it still controls the system. But why this could be a big wave, because crypto was run mostly by crypto native companies. But now with big traditional banks stepping in, if Morgan Stanley gets this charter, it could safely store tokenized assets, settle blockchain transactions, and manage operational risk, and also operate under federal U.S. supervision. So that's huge for institutions. That's a big win. And they care about this shit because they care about the regulation. They care about the safety, the stability, the legal structure. But in the past, crypto exchanges tried to, just custody, but some collapsed, like FTX, right? Some had weak governance, and some had balance sheet problems. So that scared all the institutional money away traditionally. But now with a federally supervised trust bank, it'll fix all that. So the article here calls this, pretty much a bridge. The trust charter acts between like a bridge between old finance, which is, Wall Street and, those guys that's been here for decades, and new finance, which is, the blockchain. So it allows digital assets to operate inside the traditional banking system. And the important shift here is not about the coins. It's about whether, Bitcoin or some other coins win. So it's about something bigger. It's about the digitalization of financial ownership, meaning the future of stocks, bonds, real estate, funds. And that's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars could all be tokenized. We already know they're going to be tokenized. They trying to just, put some shit out there like, okay, it could be tokenized. It's all going to be tokenized, man, and represented on the blockchain. They showed us already. They showed us the trials. They showed us that they were testing the shit. So they're doing it. They're doing it. So whoever controls the custody and settlement of these tokens controls the infrastructure. So that's what Morgan Stanley wants. And they got paperwork on it. If you go back to 2020, 2021, 2019, you could go see the paperwork, right? I might have to pull that off the back office, out my back office. I'll show you the paperwork on Morgan Stanley. Them talking about this shit. And then other companies racing for a similar position, just like Morgan Stanley. You got Crypto.com, you got Circle, of course, Ripple, and BitGo. So everybody is competing to control the digital back office. So we're going to see who win. We're going to see who win. This is strategic because, you know, the back office infrastructure is steady, profitable, deeply embedded, and hard to replace. So anybody can open a store, but the company that owns the payment rails in the vault system makes money no matter who sells what, fam. So that's what Morgan Stanley is going for.
Okay. No, they on it. I'm not shocked.
No.
I knew Morgan Stanley. You remember, yeah, they was a late bloomer to this whole thing too. They was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, but we had showed paperwork from Morgan Stanley back in like 2022, 2023. You know what I'm saying?
But they hip. They all hip.
Yep. So ain't a shock, but it's a shock to some.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So yeah, they trying to build the back office of tokenized real world assets. They know what they're doing, man. Mm-hmm. They know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Morgan Stanley. All right, so let's talk about let's go ahead and get into this. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait for that. Let's talk about the CFTC real quick.
Okay.
You got the CFTC taps for federal prosecutor David Miller to lead enforcement division as crypto roll grows. So at the same time, we went over an article. We're gonna go over an article about how crypto holders are selling off. Crypto holders are what they say, cautious as Iran conflict continues. But yet the CFTC is putting David Miller to lead the enforcement division at the crypto roll grows. This is why you gotta have discernment.
Yeah.
Have discernment because they'll make it seem like everybody giving up on it and it's over with, and the whole time they're getting in position. They're getting everything in position, from positions to, you know, with the CFTC and the SEC to just doing whatever they need to do to make sure that they're lined up to get paid. Like you got to be strong to be in this space, boy. But so the CFTC appointed David Miller. He's a former federal prosecutor and a seasoned litigation attorney to lead its division of enforcement, the unit responsible for investigating and pursuing alleged violations of commodities and derivatives laws, including certain digital asset markets. So the move was made by CFTC Chair Michael Selig, who became the chair in late December 2025 after previously serving as chief counsel of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Crypto Task Force and in private practice. So Selig's leadership has focused on rebuilding enforcement capacity at the CFTC after staffing losses in recent years and strengthening market oversight. So David Miller, so he's a former federal prosecutor in the Southern District of New York, where he worked on complex financial crimes, including securities and commodities fraud. He also has a private practice, most recently a litigation shareholder at the Greenberg LLP, representing clients including hedge funds, broker dealers, and crypto firms. Additional roles is he has served as a technical advisor for the TV series Billions, reflecting his litigation and trial experience. So his role at the CFTC as director of the Division of Enforcement, Miller will oversee investigations and legal actions related to alleged market misconduct, fraud, manipulation, and other violations of the Commodity Exchange Act. So basically, we see the CFTC is strengthening their enforcement capacity. So yeah,
I see what they're doing. They got somebody that's ingrained in Hollywood over there. You said he was an advisor for the show Billions. Oh, okay. So he getting scripts from everywhere. Your script is to be here and then go work on this TV show. Come on, fam. Come on.
That's all he know. He don't know nothing.
That's a fact. All right.
Yeah. Hey. So we see they making moves because they're gonna make sure they catch all the fraud and stuff so they could take their bread, so they can take their money. So they making sure they got their ducks in a row to make sure that's in order.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
So let's talk about this real quick. Crypto sector suffers exodus of reliable retail investors.
Yeah. So let me break this down for you. So everyday people are leaving crypto, and big banks are stepping in to handle it safely. So you already know who retail investors are. So basically, what's happening is since late 2024, retail investors have been moving their money from crypto into stocks. The shift sped up after the big crypto crash of 2025, October 2025. So the data comes from Wintermute, who's a market maker in crypto, and JP Morgan Chase. So you already know what happened in October 2025. We was right here with y'all. 19 billion in positions were wiped out, 7 billion lost under an hour, and 1.6 million traders were liquidated. So this scared retail investors and caused many to leave crypto permanently. Shame. So where did the money go? Because the money always got to go somewhere, right? So most of the money went into stocks and equities. Crypto is no longer the ground for risk taking. So Wintermute CEO said that crypto is now just one of many risky assets that the retail investors can choose from. So meaning there's no other place to take risk now, like stocks and other investments. And you already know Bitcoin fell from 126 to 66,000. And then Morgan Stanley steps in while investors leave. Morgan Stanley applied for the OCC, which we just talked about. So why this matters is because crypto lacks institutional infrastructure. Big investors want safe, regulated custodian. They just don't understand this shit. That just say you don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do whatever you want with your bread. It's your bread. But just say you don't understand what's going on. I got it. It's a lot of this stuff is speculative, but you may have gotten the wrong news. You may have not done the research, right? So the big investors, they want this safe, regulated custodian, but at the same time, a lot of these big investors have not done the research. They have not done the footwork that it needs to get for them to be like, oh, okay, this is what I need to be in, right? Especially since the market is red. And then exchanges and startups tried, but sometimes failed. And then the trust charter bank that I was telling you about is a solution. So it lets a firm handle digital asset under federal supervision, like I explained. And then the strategic and in the bigger picture, retail investors leaving means less hype and liquidity in crypto. And then the big banks moving in means that infrastructure becomes regulated and stable. This is about control. This is all about control. So if these people are moving out or over here, these banks and institutions are going to move in because they got the big money anyway. They got the biggest wallet in the yard anyway. So this real bet isn't just on, these tokens. It's on tokenizing assets and these back-end systems that manage them. So damn, bro. Damn. I feel sorry. For people just dipping out.
Yeah, bro, because y'all selling at the most absolute worst time, but lack of education was going to be most people's biggest downfall. Lack of education on the space, lack of awareness, not keeping up with what's going on, trying to get rich quick. I could go on for days, but the people that survive are the ones that truly believe and truly have done the research and truly have conviction on what's taking place and what's transpiring. All wars are bankers' wars. This war is probably about what the hell we be talking about every single day, more than likely. Them trying to get on board with that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll it's crazy out here, bro. All we're gonna see is a bunch of people crying when this market does go up, and all they're gonna remember is that they was holders for 3, 4, 5, 6 gave up during the Middle East war.
It's all strategy. It's all strategy, fam. So
only the strong survive, man. Only the strong survive. If you still here, you're a strong individual. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So European banks, real quick. So European banks seek exchange partners ahead of the 2026 stablecoin launch. So let's talk about this real quick because we got Europe.
See what I mean? It's like how can you be like that and then see this and be like, okay, crypto's not
because they don't see this. They're not sales. They talk. Right. They heard crypto was profitable. They heard people making money over there. They probably know some people that made a lot of money from crypto, and that's why they're buying it. But they're on as far as the education and keeping up with crypto news, they're not doing that. That's why they saw. That's why they don't know what the hell going on. So
That's
European bank, yeah, because you got stuff like this coming out, and it's like, how on earth could you give up on crypto? And European banks are pushing the line of a stable coin in Q2. In Q2 at that. So so here's what's happening. So a group of major European banks organized under a joint venture called the I don't know how to pronounce this, Quivalis, Quivalis, is actively preparing to launch a euro-pegged stablecoin in the second half of 2026. The initiative is designed to create a regulated European alternative to the predominantly US dollar-based stablecoin. So Quivalis includes multiple large banks such as ING, UniCredit, BNP, and Bank.
Would you say that last bank? Say that last bank again. You cut out.
CAXA. It starts with a AIXA. CAXA Bank.
Okay.
CAXA, I don't know. But the company is headquartered in Amsterdam and is working as an electronic money institution under European rules. So the distribution plans with the exchanges. So according to Cointelegraph, the consortium is in advanced talks with crypto market makers and liquidity providers to make the stablecoin available widely when it launches. The participants may also distribute the stablecoin to users through their own channel platforms. I'm gonna say it again. The participating banks themselves distribute the stablecoin to users through their own channels or partner platforms. Remember, I told y'all at some point y'all was gonna wake up, open up that banking app, and it was gonna be a digital wallet right there under that checking and savings account.
Mm-hmm.
That's So why this matters? So the coin will be one-to-one backed by reserves with a structure intended to support 24/7 redemption and safety. So they also aim to compete with US-dominated stablecoins by offering a digital euro for cross-border payments, business-to-business settlement, and potentially global commerce. So European regulatory frameworks are essential to its rollout. So the project reflects institutional interest in regulated digital currencies within Europe, often seen alongside efforts in central bank's own digital euro initiative. Although the Quivalis token is a private sector stablecoin, so it's gonna be a private sector stablecoin. So yeah, European banks are planning to launch a euro-linked, fully backed stablecoin in Q2 2026, and are negotiating with major crypto exchanges to ensure it will be tradable and accessible from launch. A push to build a regulated digital payment ecosystem tied to the euro. So there you have it. Q2.
Ooh.
Q2 2026.
I mean, that's the end of this. That's after the end of this month. Q2.
Yep. And it's already March. I told y'all after January, you start.
Yeah.
You just gotta get through January.
Yeah. January, February. Yeah. We there. Damn. Now this is exciting period. So while those investors they want to stay safe, quote unquote safe, we looking at what's ahead. You know what I'm saying? And European banks doing this, and the launch of the stablecoin. Come on, fam. It is very fucking obvious where we are headed. So no tripping over here.
That's a fact.
No tripping.
That's a fact. CCC. So shout out to X for putting that on in the comments about this. Also, the integration of Ripple and Hidden Road continues to scale. So the latest DTCC notice shows Hidden Road officially going live on the NSCC directory today. So Ripple Prime's role in bridging TradeFi and DeFi will likely move post-trade to the XRPL. The XRPL. Uh-oh. There it is.
The haters gonna still say something. Still gonna say something.
They're gonna find something to say for sure.
That paperwork.
Oh no, that's a fact. Yes, I said I buy DeFi and forget about my vote. Simple. Oh yeah, for sure. Speculative coins like Bitcoin and ETH will fall. Its rise of utility coins, real world assets. No, for sure. So yeah, y'all. Other than that, man, that was pretty much the updates that we found for today. So yeah. Moving forward though, we are getting ready to do another class. We're trying to do a class at least once a month. But we are doing a crypto intelligence 2.0 class. A crypto intelligence 2.0. So y'all are always asking us, how do we be finding stuff early? You know, how, you know what I'm saying, as far as research goes, how do people find out about these gems, these wallets, or these other opportunities in crypto early? So basically, we are going to show you how to use AI to detect emerging crypto narratives before they trend. And you can use AI to do it. So I wish this type of research existed when me and D was trying to figure out all this ISO 222 shit, just a bunch of foreign shit me and him had never heard of. We were sitting here trying to piece all this shit together when we had to do all this reading and research and look at all these documents. And not saying you can't still, I mean, you shouldn't still do that, but now that you have AI, man, you could find out a whole bunch of information that normally took you 2-3 weeks in a couple hours if you know how to use the AI correctly. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing on March 15th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're doing we're calling it a crypto intelligence 2.0 class. So you can identify red flags and emission risks, automatically build a custom AI crypto analyst trained for your strategy. But the main thing is to show you how to detect emerging crypto narratives before they trend. That way, if you are on the day trader side or just want to make sure you're in position for an asset that's getting ready to go up, you know how to make some money from it. So that class is going to be on the 15th. It's only $50 because it's an early bird. So $50 for that class, March 15th at 7:30.
And then, you know, we're going to teach you and show you how you could create your own, you know, your own GPT. So it's very, very simple. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to give you all the directions and everything. We're going to give you the outline and everything. So don't miss this class. We're gonna go on our AI backs. Some of y'all ain't even using AI like y'all really should be, man. Some of y'all ain't really scraping the internet for the information y'all really could be knowing.
It's gonna make your life so much easier, I'm telling you, to just get simple tasks done. I don't care what it is. You could even use it as a therapist. I mean, the AI is unbiased. It's like for certain topics, I would rather talk to AI than a human. Because at the end of the day, a human could put a front on, but the AI is gonna just get to you straight up. Ain't no feelings, emotions, or judgment behind nothing. So, yeah. No, definitely take advantage of AI. This is the time. The people who know how to use AI and know how to be, as far as using their creativity through AI, are gonna be the most successful people moving forward. So, yeah, definitely don't sleep on this class, because we get asked, especially when we first started going live, how y'all be finding this stuff? Where y'all be researching at? All this other stuff. So man, they've made it so much easier now to explain.
Too easy. So don't take advantage of this. And you'll be further ahead of even people that's in the crypto space by having this and working AI to your advantage. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a fact.
What we doing the early bird until like what, Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. Early bird until Sunday for that class. Early bird until Sunday. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in. We're gonna put the link is in the bio, it's in the description. We're gonna throw it in the Patreon, but yeah, it's in the bio. So make sure y'all tap in with that. And then free trust. So we still running the trust calls for the free trust?
Oh yeah. A couple of y'all hit me up over the weekend. We're running a call today. And tomorrow. So if you want to be on the free trust call, if you want to learn how to get your free trust and set it up, make sure you're on this call, right? Today or tomorrow. Go to the link in the bio, fill out the free trust form, right? Because y'all be sending me messages and I'll be like, yo, it's over here. You know what I'm saying?
100. So yeah, y'all. We when we get some updates and stuff, we got y'all. We got y'all. But yeah, the news is just mad slow because all they want everybody talking about is this damn war. That's it.
That's facts.
That's it. So appreciate y'all tapping in with us again. Everything's in the link tree. Make sure y'all join the BlockNation community Patreon for those that want to be a part of the community and support the channel. But other than that, man, we appreciate y'all and we'll tap in with y'all next time we got some news and updates.
Facts.
All right, y'all.
All right.